Hey guys, it's Ty here on my channel, and today I'm going to be obviously making a YouTube video here, and I'm going to be talking about some stuff. Ooh, sorry, I just happened to get a glimpse of myself in the mirror, and my hair looks scruffy. So I'm going to be talking about, I even hate saying it out loud, but stopping my testosterone treatment, hormone therapy, the tea juice. It's been a journey, it really has. I've been 2 years and actually, I'm gonna say 7 months since it's only about like 2 weeks, something like that. So I have been on tea for that long. I originally started with shots, then went to patches, then went to shots again, then went to the gel, and I'm gonna show you right here. This is the gel version, and the one I have is a pump. So it kind of looks like. Let me see, make sure. Yeah, it looks like this, and there's different brands of it, but yeah, they're pretty much similar. This one's testosterone gel, 1.62%. You just pump it, go whoop, one pump, or whatever dose. It goes up to, I think, 4 doses, 4 pumps. And my dose was 20.25 milligram of testosterone per pump. Yeah. And this brand is called Perigo, or Perigo, whatever you pronounce it. And I might not look good on here, but I've been having some health issues. I feel like anyone can fake something for a video for the most part. And I've just been not feeling well. I have a severe vitamin B12 deficiency, and some other stuff going on. And my hormones weren't helping because the dose wasn't right, so it was making also my hemoglobin and stuff really too high, which was also impairing my B12 therapy to be working properly, it seemed. And yeah, just different things. I mean, the testosterone itself, it wasn't causing me harm. It was just some of the stuff that was like a whammy hit, and then the puberty involves causing a demand on things like. So I'm gonna be taking a break for, I don't know how long. It could be for 3 months, could be for 6 months, and it could be up to a year before I go back on, or maybe I won't ever go back on. I don't know, but if I do want to go back on, it will be in 1 year or less. The soonest being 3 months. Depending on how bad my dysphoria gets and whatever. But even 3 months, it should give my body a little bit of a break. But also, it can help me figure out other stuff going on too. And I just don't want to have the hemoglobin issue and all that. Like, I just fixed it, but at the same time, it's just, I don't need that right now. I have too much going on. And I was going to stop at 3 months prior to this, but I wanted to hang on. I wasn't ready to stop it. And at this point, going to like one other doctor for a specialist, it's still, just things are not getting figured out all the way as I wished. Taking B12 shots and folic acid, vitamin D, and all that stuff. Good stuff, because that was low too, vitamin D. And just trying to my best with everything, and it's just not enough lately. I hate to say it like that, but it's true. And so I'm going to stop this for a bit. I put a lot of thought into it, and Planned Parenthood helped me a little bit with the decision. They told me I didn't have to stop it today, but I decided I wanted to. Like, it wasn't so unsafe that I had to right now, but the hemoglobin issue and other things on top of that, and finally the hemoglobin went down, and RBC, all that, which is great, but, I just need a little break, and I decided to take a birth control, too, today, one that actually, say I do go back on my hormones for some reason, like, say I want to go back on in 3 months' time, and I feel like, okay, I just need to be back on, never mind. This kind of birth control, which is the depo shot, it can be used with the testosterone because it's not estrogen based. It's progesterone. I can't even say it. I don't know. Pro something. Just not estrogen based. So, say I get off of this and it's like, I want to go back on it with that. It's like, okay, just add it back on. I mean, it's fine. And then just do blood work, make sure the hemoglobin's in check and all that again. All that good stuff. But yeah, and with the depo shot, I'm assuming they probably do blood work every 3 months, kind of like with this, because they told me I get a shot every 3 months. I would hope that they would do some sort of blood work to make sure things are fine still. I mean, I'm just going to assume that because it does have side effects too with that, so I would just kind of like hope that they would, or I can just ask in 3 months, note to self, ask them to do some blood work, because one of the risks is osteoporosis, and blood clots. But that has that with this too, like blood clots, just not osteoporosis. This has its own side effects like uh, polythemia, which I was scared about when my hemoglobin was rising too high, but it ended up just being too high of a dose for my body with my weight and all that. So yeah, that's that one. And there's different risks with that and different risks other, but birth control was something that I was on in the past, just not a shot version. And I wasn't on progesterone. I was like more estrogen based before T and everything happened because I was with a different like opposite sex partner. So at the time, now I'm pretty much just with same sex partners right at the moment. So it's like I guess I don't really need birth control right now, but I just want something to hopefully get rid of the period. Oh, menstrual cycle. I'm sorry, I can't cut that out. Shark Week, whatever you call it. If that triggers you, hop off here. I don't know what else to do for you. I don't have an editor app thing. I have iMovie, but I don't feel like editing that, so I'm sorry. But I mean, this is something I loved about the hormones. Is like you just don't get it. Like some people do get breakthrough on the hormones bleeding, but I didn't get that at all. So it was like a lucky one. So I'm hoping I'm lucky on this depo shot too, because I really don't want to get that. I really don't. Maybe I'll get it for like a few times and it'll stop. Like I'm hoping I don't get it all, but there's a chance I might have it like once or twice before it fixes, or there's a chance I could have it every day. And if that happens, I'm stopping that depo in 3 months and either getting a new birth control or going right on the T again. But for now, I'm gonna just try this out, and then if this doesn't work, try another birth control. If that doesn't work for me, hop right back on the team. At least I gave it somewhat of a break, right? 3-4 months, like at least, or more long term, because the depo shot, most people only go on it 2 years because it can cause like more like real up your chances of osteoporosis and stuff. So if that hits 2 years and I decide maybe a new birth control, or maybe I just go back on T within that time, and then you just boot out the birth control at the time, and then you just keep the T, right? I mean, sounds like a plan. And I also started for my mental health some Prozac or fluoxetine. I was on it in the past. It worked well for my OCD for the most part. Oh, sorry guys. I'm going on a lower dose because I don't want some high dose. So I'm on 10 milligrams, and then slowly it'll go to 20, and that's all. I don't want 40, 60. Just 20 is good. I'm on the autism spectrum. There have been some studies I've heard from a therapist and some just Google stuff about how less can be more with us, and sometimes more can harm for us. Like, I don't know how, like, I've seen some studies. I don't know if it's 100% or whatever, but I've heard that, and the fact that when I was on 40, it made me more tired just makes me feel like maybe that could be true. Yeah, so this is my journey. I'm just, like, I am afraid a little bit because, in 3 months' time, obviously not everything's going to just revert back. So, by that appointment, like, if I decide to go back on it, or I don't and I keep going with the depo, or I go with another birth control for 3 more months and then T if that doesn't work. So, 6 months' time, I'm just nervous because I really don't want fat redistribution, or I can't even say it. But I don't really want that. Like, I'm afraid, like, my face, is it going to be on my face too? Or is it just pretty much my body? Like, I heard it's not going to go exactly the same as pre-T. So that gives me hope for it. If it does change a little bit, it's not going to go exactly the same, because your body is pretty permanently changed since I was on it more than just a year. So it definitely is more so. And I heard it would take a lot of time for that to even happen, especially being on it for so long for me, and my dose was was higher for a while, and then it went lower, so it was still enough where more rapid changes, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. It seemed like I got a mustache, I got a beard, I got a deeper voice, like my face, different. I can't really see in the camera, but I definitely got it here. Oh, yeah, that's me. But I just don't want my fat to redistribute too much, and then right here, some of my jeans not fitting correctly. But I mean, I guess I'm a skinny dude to begin with. Maybe that'll be easier to figure out, I guess. But I just, it's just the fear. I mean, I guess in my head, it's like, it makes me scared. Like, oh, am I gonna go back to being pre-T? But at the same time, I'm not, because I'm still gonna have hair on my face. I'm still gonna have a deeper voice. I'm still gonna have bottom growth. I'm still gonna, but it's just certain things I don't want it to just revert back, and I don't want my Shark Week either, and that's where the depo comes in handy, because no matter what I do, I can still be on the depo and this. So Only thing is, if I hate the depo, then I would have to figure out another birth control. That would be a little more difficult, but I'm just gonna try it. And, I'm gonna try it and save this one. This is my one that was, unopened. So, like, I can just hold on to it. If worse comes to worse in an emergency, I just hop right back on it and tell them. And then when I have my next appointment, that kind of thing. That's why I'm glad I have this emergency one. It was literally not opened. This is the one I was supposed to open in a few days to take, but yeah, I had my appointment today. But yeah, so like maybe I'll make some videos like showing the journey, like being off tea. I mean, in 3 months' time, it's not going to be a huge change, but there will be some changes, for sure. Being on the depo shot, there'll probably be a few changes with that. Like I hear of some weight gain. If there's some negative things, depending on how severe those negative things are, I might just have to not take the shot again if it's not too severe and I feel like I could be on it for the 2 years before, I keep saying it's osteoporosis risk more so. But then yeah, I mean, this will be just like a short-term thing, and then hormones, and then, or new birth control, like, I've had enough changes to where nothing's gonna revert majorly, I don't feel. But I'm still not excited for that. I mean, who would be? I'm just excited to at least give my body a little bit of a break in a sense. I mean, yeah, the depo is kind of a change too, but like in a different sense, so yeah. And I'm kind of glad it's not estrogen based too, because it would just like rise that too quick as the testosterone's like all out of whack. So like this is just adding a different thing to the mix. So as well as the Prozac, but I was on the Prozac since I was a little kid, so like and I stopped it for like 8 months, so I gave my body a break from that too, which is good. Start putting that back on, help with my OCD, try to get my health in check. So it's been going on since June 2021. It's getting almost to June 2022. I didn't need to do something here. Like anything. Like, if this doesn't help, I'll go back on it. If it does, cool. Like, I got some options, and that's what's good. I don't feel like I'm super stuck right now, as I thought. Like, before going to this appointment, I thought even mentioning stopping tea would be, one of those things where they're like, well, got this option and that at the end. Like, I feel like I have a little more options. I didn't think that in 3 months' time I could just stop and that's it and go right back on the tea. I didn't know progesterone can be used with the tea, because I know some birth controls cannot. So, yeah, I'm excited, worried, excited, scared,